It's interesting, and it's been done very fine, but we're not going to do any of that. We're going to focus actually on two-point functions. Oh, because that's true. Well, we're going to focus on two-point functions. It will keep us busy enough, and it's interesting. Yes?
In order to field therapy, this formula that you're really this is the LSD formula. The LSD is recognized in the inner application.
Yeah, very good.
And we're comparing that formula actually doesn't make sense as an operating statement. It only makes sense when these matrix elements are taken into the way that is appropriate way that is. So is there any analog of that?
So, now, I've never studied axiomatic field theory. And that's not what you're asking about, right? I mean, we're supposed to interpret these things as some kind of distribution. That's not the question you're really asking.
You do this trick question, but that's an individual LSD formula.
Yeah.
And you don't put in that research up. I was wondering
I mean, you know, I don't know, but I mean, there is something you're thinking of that I've forgotten. I mean, the thing which is more analogous in my mind to LSD formulas than something else, which I probably won't talk about this in another direction, but it's the question which I pondered a lot, you know, which is if you take a look at where the ADS space is very big and nearly flat, you know, that in the interior we should be able to talk about string physics and the things like the Luciano amplitude, and we should be able to sort of recover them by sending in, you know, focused wave packets from the boundary and derive in that form something like an LSD theory. And of course, it does require wave packets, but that's more analogous to what I think you're asking about. But this is a direction that I'm probably not going to go in just because it's just orthogonal to. Well, go ahead, yeah. The number of records generated growth that are linked to the regulated product manufactured by the industry. The situation is further complicated by the integration of systems, interfaces between the systems, and conversions, calculations, and compression of information that may take place during transmission. Data integrity and its practical maintenance are therefore crucial to the safety of patients and the quality of the healthcare product. By using a risk-based approach and the principles presented today, it is possible to generate meaningful review and proof of data integrity. Today's presentation will run about approximately 45 minutes, and it will be followed by a Q&A session. Please feel free to submit any questions you have during the presentation using the questions feature. We will address as many questions as possible during the Q&A session. And in addition, we will also make a recording of this presentation, and you will be notified via email once the presentation becomes available for on-demand viewing. Our speaker today is Robert Porzio. He's working as a product manager for endotoxin detection at Lonza, and his primary focus is on instrumentation software. Robert has 20 years of endotoxin experience in production, marketing, and sales. Prior to joining Lonza, Robert attended his own endotoxin testing distribution company. His professional experience in the field of microbiology has been a huge benefit in understanding the criticality of data integrity in the lab and addressing data integrity in endotoxin testing environments. And with that, I give the floor to you, Robert.
Thank you, Ingo. I appreciate the introduction, and I'm very glad to be here, actually, because data integrity has been quite a hot topic over the past recent months and years, actually, and I'm glad to talk about it, how it relates to endotoxin testing. Through the agenda, we're going to be talking through a few parts. The first part will be about the basics of data integrity, which is a high-level overview, and modest corporate governance over data integrity in our view of it. The second part will be an introduction to kinetic testing, which is nearly the book going from cell process kinetic testing and how data integrity is impacted. The third part will be data integrity components through WinKTCL, the toxin detection and analysis software. And the fourth part will be a high-level view of data integrity as we look at a risk-based approach to your review process through audit trails. So it'll be very in-depth, and it'll be the next step that we're coming out with through Lonza for approaching our customers and working with them on site for their data integrity needs. And following the presentation, we'll have questions and answers. So, a view of Lonza's overview, basically. We are a trusted supplier to the pharmaceutical, biotech, and specialty ingredient market. We were founded in 1997 with headquarters in Basel, Switzerland. And we have global operations located in more than 40 major sites. We employ over 10,000 people. As a regulated business, Lonza is committed to data integrity. And from a top-down approach, we ensure that all GXP data are created, maintained, and stored in a controlled and secure way, thus ensuring data integrity. Ancillary control systems and procedures are operated in order to support these activities. And we want to enforce Lonza is committed to impress upon all employees the significance of accurate and trustworthy data, with the ultimate objective of patient safety and regulatory compliance. So, in essence, what are we trying to achieve? What's our goal? And the ultimate goal here is when performing the endotoxin test in the lab, data integrity is so important. Patient safety, again, is our number one concern. And as a manufacturer of LAL, as you can see from the horseshoe crabs picture, the horseshoe crabs offer a life-saving product to us and to our product, to our customers in the end. The bacterial endotoxin test is a critical test for potential contamination of injectable drugs and medical devices. It is a mandatory release test for batch production of the above therapeutic products that we had mentioned earlier, and as such, its features often have a key part of FDA inspections across the world. While it's possible to release products on final release testing alone, FDA, EMA, and EMEA are looking for control of the process on solid data integrity measures, and this would offer better means of protecting patients. So patient safety is our number one concern. So if we take a look at data integrity and have a good viewpoint or overview of it, what are we referring to? And recently from the FDA guidance from April 2016 focused in on data integrity, we're referring to the completeness, consistency, and accuracy of data. Data integrity has become an increasingly important topic recently, but the notion is not new. The foundation of it stems from 21 CFR Part 11, which you can see towards the bottom left of this arrow, and its predicate rules. And that came out nearly 20 years ago in 1997. And our informatics product, our WinKTCL, the toxin detection software, has been compliant since 2002. So some of the observations that led through the process, as you can see from the predicate rules kind of starting off everything, and the other guidance is coming in as well following that with the European Commission, the MHRA, the WHO, and then the most recent FDA guidance in April 2016. There's certain things that happened to kind of guide us into where we are today. There are certain observations that were found during inspections and so forth when the FDA would go in and see things. And some of that would be perhaps alteration of raw data, alteration of original data records, perhaps manipulation of poorly defined analytical procedure and associated data, possible backdating of test results, trying to create accessible test results, and trying to test in compliance. And this is a big key here, testing into compliance. And then potentially using test results from previous batches as well to test for another batch. So in the end, auditors have become trained for more stringent inspection, and various global regulatory bodies have recently published guidance documents on the overall data life cycle. So for data integrity, we're also looking at ALCOA, and this is what constitutes data integrity as well. ALCOA stands for attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, and accurate. So if you look here, you'll see that we have ALCOA where each of these terms are basically whether it's paper or electronic. And we'll get into this further into the presentation when we start to talk about Gelpop versus kinetic testing and that sort of thing. But you can see, Gelpop relies heavily on a paper-based method versus the kinetic testing is very heavily relied upon electronically. And you do have a bit of a hybrid system working with the kinetic test as well, where you will have printouts which are on paper. And we'll go into detail exactly what those reports mean and exactly how they're interpreted as well. But if you look at the terms here that we have here, and what's so important for the FDA guidance, we're looking at electronic signatures, we're looking at audit trail, we're looking at separation of user logins, so we have individual logins, we're looking at controls over data deletion, backup archiving, currently they're automatically documented. Also, how your records are kept, if you keep your original records, and how they are intact after they're archived. You still have all the data associated with it, and I'll also use the term metadata here shortly as well, which is basically data about your data. And it's quite important in the process of how you look at data integrity and keep things in mind as well. So I want to mention a bit about Lonza Informatics. We have a team here at Lonza called MODA, and they provide a platform basically for a completely paperless approach to managing your endotoxin testing program. They combine scheduling a test, direct electronic data capture of endotoxin results, and a full electronic record associated with endotoxin results. And as you see here, we have pillars set up and we have a roof and a foundation. And we build our own software. We listen to the voice of customer, actually. And that's, I think, how we've done come across so well with our software to date, is that we've listened and we've taken a stride of everything from the guidances that have been put out and incorporated that into our software. So the pillars that we have are all holding up data integrity. We have regulatory compliance. We have our corporate mantra. We have CFR 21 Part 11 compliance. And then we go into all the components of data integrity. And that includes audit trails. And eventually, the FMEA is the failure mode effect analysis. And we'll talk about that later as well as we get into the more advanced topics of data integrity and what we can offer to our clientele. So that's the first part of our webinar. The second part is an introduction to kinetic testing. And I'll go through this as well with you. Yeah. So how is endotoxin testing effective, and really what is the endotoxin test for those who are not familiar with it? So the endotoxin test is a critical test for potential contamination of injectable drugs and medical devices. It's a mandatory release test. It's a key part of regulatory requirements across the world. It shows control of process and solid data integrity measures as a better means of protecting patients. And that this means that increasingly final product release using Gelpop alone potentially may not be well suited to providing the necessary data for both manual data recording and lack of training information. And so I want to be clear on this part because it may kind of come out and not make sense. What I'm talking about here is going from Gelpop to kinetic testing in respect for what is the endotoxin testing, how it's effective, is that you have more data associated with kinetic testing. So in essence, you have more control over what you have, and you can see things that are happening that may be trending out potentially over time. So the more data that you have, the more easier access you have to it over time, and the more control you have, you're better suited in the long run. We do have an inspection potentially by a data integrity auditor perhaps. So again, it was expressed that the Gelpop assay is perfectly acceptable as an product release test, and it remains the mainstay Centennial method. However, countries with developing pharmaceutical industries are concerned that frequently companies using the gel glass rely on final product testing alone or very limited process control. Other trends are built to the quality into the manufacturing process for testing throughout the entire manufacturing process. And a well-controlled process of release testing has the confirmation of the final product quality and not an attempt to detect contaminated batch with sampling that is not statistically valid. So again, it has to be stressed that this is a continual method, that when there is a disagreement or something is being tested and the FDA steps in, that they always will refer to the gel box test to work over disputes that are occurring. So again, the benefits of quantitative methods for toxin testing, a combination of numerical electronic records data and trend analysis provide peer review of what's happening in the process. Regulatory agencies are actively looking at the degree of control that companies have over their manufacturing process. It is much easier to control and demonstrate control over potential contamination within the toxin using quantitative methods. And using a fully defined Minotoxin software package like the WinChICL version 5.3.2 will also take care of the question of data integrity. So, equipment for quantitative assays, what are we using actually? We're using a heated kinetic microphase meter. We're using interference filters at 4 or 5 nanometer and 340 nanometer, and that would be for chromogenic would be 4 or 5, and photometric would be 340 nanometer. So we're using corrosive detection as well, and this is very useful as well. It's very similar to kinetic chromogenic assay in terms of resistance to interference, but it is also more reproducible due to the batch consistencies that come with the recombinant proteins. This is also particularly useful when there's potential glucan contamination as well. And I like to take a step back actually, in essence, because I like to talk more about kinetic term and chromogenic as well. The kinetic term is also substituted for low-cost applications such as water testing, medical devices, and simple products, where our kinetic chromogenic is substituted for more complex products, biologicals, vaccines, blood products, and products exhibiting greater interference characteristics. You can also need a computer running Windows version 7 or higher. And then also you need a software, again, as was mentioned earlier, WinChICL 5.3.2 is solid compliant with the requirements of 21 CFR Part 11. So the next slide is what constitutes raw data, and this has been a big question in the industry. So you have paper, which are your lab books, worksheets, and printouts. We also have electronic records, which would need to include your metadata and data, audit trails, results, and system setting files. And so raw data, in terms of the way the guidance looks at it, is defined as original records and documentation retained in a format in which they were originally generated, extemporaneously and accurately recorded by permanent means. In the case of basic electronic equipment, which does not store electronic data or provide only a printed output, the printout constitutes raw data. So metadata is data that describes or attributes of other data and provides context and meaning. Typically, these are data that describe the structure, data elements, interrelationships, and other characteristics of data. It also permits data to be attributable to an individual. So, what's the point about metadata? I can give you an example, actually, of metadata. Is if you're running a kinetic assay, and you log in, your user ID is already part of that metadata form. The equipment that you're using is also part of that metadata form. So the computer system that you're running is part of it. The temperature you're running the test at is also part of it. The ancillary products, all the accessory products, all the expiration numbers that go with it, all the reagents, all the extra information, everything around your test result, basically, or your raw data is all the metadata. And it's so important to hold on to that over time. That's the key part of data integrity is that you hold on to that. You don't lose it when you bring it back. So if you look at it and check the front if there was anything that happened during your run or your assay. So that's so important. So when you have a printout, something to be clear about as well, is that your printed for a kinetic assay does not constitute raw data. It's only a true copy of the raw data. And this needs to be highlighted when you're actually running assays and you're archiving things as well. You need to understand the differences between the two. So I think this slide is quite important when it applies to data integrity. So we're on our third part, and now we'll look at components for WinChICL on data integrity. So the first slide, highlights our software, WinChICL. And, we've been around for 20 years. We have industry-leading endotoxin testing software. We meet the technical requirements for electronic records and signatures under the US FDA 21 CFR Part 11 regulations, and provide support for the European Commission Annex 11. We are inspection ready with our software. We have documentation if needed or requested. We can provide that to you per request. And we can support you in any way that we possibly could for the most part. We translated our software to 9 languages. We interface with close to 20 devices. We have a rich template layout with full capability. We provide meaningful calculations and reporting with advanced analytics and trending. And we have at-a-glance failure identification. And if you see the picture, look here, you'll see that you have the instrument, you have a symbol in the middle, you have MODA, which is an informatics, and you see like a part, it's hard to see, but you can see the data or the part of the software, and you'll see LIMS on the right-hand side. So we integrate on a fully paperless solution if you work with LIMS or MODA. You can bring your samples in, basically, and have them set up. You can run through the system, have it paperless, and run through the whole process, and have them exported out through LIMS. Everything, of course, needs to be validated with the input and the output. But with working with MODA in our company, we basically provide you all the necessary information about its validation documentation to kind of ensure that you're working with the data integrity requirements. So we're focusing on components of data integrity. I'll go through this rather quickly because we'll be harping on each one of these. So we have audit trail, which is the number one focus on data integrity. You have level of user access and permissions, interfacing structure, how you export, you have data structure, lifecycle, electronic signatures, edit changes to a document are clear and visible to the log file, and that's with the audit trail. And again, in the audit trail that we offer, the audit trail is not turned off. You can take the audit trail off of the report itself, so the log summary will not appear. We'll go through this later, but you cannot turn it off within the system, which is also essential for data integrity requirements. We have records of assets already not completed. We have a very high-level training tool, and we have evidence of audit trail review as well. That's where we're coming later with the more advanced topics as well. So data storage and networking. Our data, this is so important as well. So our data, the way we store our data is not set up in a file-based system, it's set up into a database. So you have to be wary potentially of other softwares that are out there and make sure that they're not file-based. Because what could happen is, as I mentioned earlier, in your file-based, you could potentially lose metadata when you're storing the data. So you would still have the file, but you would lose all the associated metadata with it when you pull it up down the road, which is not good for data integrity. So you could lose all of the audit trail and just every part of it that would show you an indication that anything happened during your run. So you definitely want to be able to understand how your files are being stored and make sure that they're being filed correctly, and that you're not working with systems that have, work with different software packages as well. You want to make sure you run with one package or one software package that integrates your audit trail, trending, everything all in one. Because the more you have, the more inherently you will have lots of data potentially. You want to keep it all together under the same roof, where it's all been validated together. And that's the important part that you're looking for. So some of the advantages for sharing one central database over network, you have better 21 CFR and compliance. Your GMP data on a local computer is considered unprotected and unsecure, and that's why having a network is so important as well. Because you do not want to lose your data over a standalone computer. You can serve your users 6 countries, readers, products, once per system. Your results can be reviewed electronically, signed, and traded from any computer. And collaborate with other laboratories over a global network. And if the computer fails, data is secure and all configuration changes are retained. You just replace the computer. And you have to remember, data storage and the document data is GMP data. You should not want to store it on your laboratory computer as a standalone. And remember, backing up is quite important. So backing up and setting it up on a frequency so it's not forgotten about is also quite important as well. And hopefully you should have SOPs in place to cover all of that. So let's take a quick view on data storage and networking through our software directly. This is a quick overview of it. So if we scroll up, you can go to Tools. Click on Database. You'll see there's quite a few options within our software for working with the database and doing archives as well. So you also schedule database management as well. So you can actually have something in place so you don't have to manually go in and do it on a timely basis. It will be much easier for your IT system that you have to kind of work through the system. So again, to take a quick video that you have data storage and archiving. You can schedule your backups on a frequency type basis. You can overwrite to save this space as well, if that's something that's allowed. And you have database maintenance, which allows for backups and data compression. And that's all shown on this maintenance template you see here. So you also have user controls as well. Just for permission of shared logins as well as you have be assigned as well. Re-authentication is also required and must be ensured. You have LDAP and AD controls for user access. Users are assigned to configurable roles to restrict access, and administrator type access is restricted for analysts. And you can see here actually how it's kind of set up. We have on the left side on the bottom template you have primary roles for analyst, reviewer, and supervisor, and you have all the permissions to the right. And if you hit on one of them, some of the permissions will be grayed out, where others will be left where you choose from them. So it's kind of assigned roles to the primary role that's set up. So let's take a look at user management in the software directly. So again, you go to Tools. Some of the features that we have this week. User maintenance, you can see that we have the status of the user, user ID, username, role, and primary work group, and we'll get into primary work group a little bit later. So as you can see, typically have a scan signature on file as well. Use Active Directory. Permissions, as we've seen in the earlier slide. Again, you can go through each of these on your own and check out which is the best for your primary role, but we, as a company, have a strong understanding of what's associated with each of the permissions associated. So if you look at data controls, you will know that samples as started cannot be deleted, and that any changes to data suggest no reason to be